welcome to the September Video Kit Club. I can't believe it's September already, but this month I have a cute little dimensional owl card with a new owl stamp set that is from Becky Muir. It features the wobbles, and the neat surprise is the owl is sitting in the tree, and you open it up and the owl is on the inside of the card as well. So it's a fun card, interaction card. This month we're going to be talking about how to design your card, about your layers and about your elements on your card, and how to create a card with interest to it. You will receive the full stamp set of the Owlette, and then you will also receive neon flamingo glitter and pear embossing powder. So come on over to my stamping desk and let's get started and see how to create this month's card. Okay, so here's a closer look at the card. You can see on the front that the owl is dimensionalized and he's on a wobble. I just think those wobbles are just adorable. And you can see that he's in a tree and he's in his hole in the tree. This is an embossing folder in the back, and when you open up the card, then you can see that he's the main image on the inside of the card, so it's kind of like a double prize for you here. You can see him on the front and then on the inside. And this month I basically wanted to talk to you about creating your cards. When you create a card, your layers make a huge difference. See how I have added the layer behind the wood to frame it, and then I also framed the cutout for the hole. I put some leaves here, and then your embossed sentiment, and then the owl is dimensionalized. He's popped up from the card, so it gives it some more dimension. And to give you a comparison, I made another card. Now this one is really cute too, but it kind of lacks some dimension. There's no layer. There's no layer around here. It kind of just looks flat and boring. And then I still put the owl on the inside, so that's still a little bit fun. But it lacks, your eye doesn't have any place to go. I wanted to point out also on this card we have 3 elements for your eyes to follow. You have the owl, and then the leaves, and then the sentiment. When you're creating a card, you want to use odd numbers of pieces on your card. It could be odd numbers of flowers or butterflies, but you want an odd number. And you want it to either go in like a triangle or in a Z fashion. Your eye tends to follow those patterns when you look at something. And here your eye has the triangle with the 3 elements, and it kind of lands on the owl. And then also, when you're creating a card, if you add dimension to one of your elements, that also gives it character as well. So let's go ahead and get started on creating your card. You're going to start with your white scrap of paper, and you're going to use the owl. This is the large owl that's in the set. Here is a closer look at the stamp set. It's just got some really cute sayings. Hope your birthday's a hoot. Hope it's a hoot. Who loves you? So it's just a really fun set with different size owls and stuff. So we're going to take the largest of the owls and Rich Cocoa Memento ink, and we're going to ink it up and then stamp straight down on your cardstock, okay? And I am using Copics to color with. For the owl, I am using the YOG YG03 and 05. And then I am also using the RVO 02 and 04. And then for his eyes, it's B01. And for his beak, it's Y23 and YR24. If you would rather use your watercolors to color, or your other markers, feel free to, but you just want to color your owl. And as you can see, I've already got one colored there for us. So we're going to go ahead and glitter him also. You're going to use a quickie glue pen, or if you have brushable glue, you can use that. I added a quickie glue pen a couple months ago in the video kit, so I'm not going to add it to this one because most of you already have one. If you don't, it can be added on to your kit before you purchase it. Okay, so I went over my flowers, and then we're going to use the Neon Flamingo glitter and sprinkle that on, tap it off, and then the owl goes on the wobble. In your kit you'll have 5 wobbles, and they're just like springs. The solid side is the part that goes on the card. The open side is the one that goes on the back of your image. And if you pull up your and look on the inside, it says this side down. So I'm going to go ahead and peel. They're self-adhesive, so I'm going to peel off the paper, and then this owl perfectly fits right on the size of the wobble. I'm just going to, whoops, pressed it down in the middle. The glue is on the edges. I'm going to stick him down. Okay, so now he is on the wobble, and now we're ready to make the card so we can put him on there. In your kit, you will receive all your pieces for your card. This craft piece has been run through the embossing folder, so it is already textured. What you're going to do is take desert sand, Memento, or any other light brown ink, and you're just going to swipe the ink pad down the card, and it's only going to hit the raised surface of the cardstock, and then it's going to bring out the wood grain and give you that neat 3D look of the wood. And then you're going to go ahead and put tape on that and tape it down on top of your circle on your green piece. And when you're creating the layers of your cardstock, usually you want an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch around for your borders. So my card base is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So my green cardstock is cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and then the brown is cut 3 3/4 by 5. So you can see it gives you all of those nice layers that gives your card more dimension and more interest. So now I'm going to go ahead and put tape on the back of the green piece. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and position that over the hole in the card and lay this one down. Okay, so see, now you've got that nice 1/4 inch border all the way around. And then we've got the frame for the hole in the tree. Now you can put this down with a quickie glue pen if you'd like, or any wet glue. I'm going to use our dimensional glue. because of the crevices down here, it just it seeps down in there, and it's going to hold the circle a little bit better. And then I'm going to go ahead and position this on my circle and press that down. Okay, now I'm ready to put my center in, and I'm going to use a piece of the tape as well for that. And the best way to put this down so it lines up is to line it up, close your card, and then just kind of line it up in the hole, and then press it down. And then when you open it up, it's already in position. Okay? And then we're ready to put our cute little owlette in. So I'm going to peel off the back of the wobble. And I am going to stick him down in the middle of the hole. And he just springs back up there. He's so cute. Okay, now we need to add the leaves. And in your kit, when I cut this green piece out, I ended up with a circle. So to create the leaves, I'm just using a circle punch, and I am just going in a little bit to create my leaves. So if you don't have certain supplies, look around and see what you do have, because a lot of the times there's other ways that you can create what you need. And I'm only going to use 2 of these leaves, and I'm already going to cut these for you in your kit, so you don't need to worry about that. I was just showing you what you can do if you don't have something. Look and be creative with what you do have. So I'm going to put these down with our dimensional glue again, and I'm going to just stick them up underneath the oval, the scalloped oval, and I'm going to overlap them a little bit, and I'm only putting glue on the end because I want the leaves to be able to pop up some, so that it gives it a little bit more dimension. And then you'll also have the plain white circle in your kit, and that's for our sentiment. And I am using Guess Who's Having a Birthday, and I'm going to emboss it with, or stamp it with Versamark and emboss it with the pear embossing powder. Now you might choose to do one of the other sentiments, that's fine. You can make it, customize it to you, to your desires. And then here is the pear, and then I'm going to heat that. Okay, so now that's embossed, and I've put a piece of tape on the back side, and I am going to stick it down on the card front. And again, you want to think of your triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here, down below the leaves and the hole in the tree. So there is my front of the card, and then when you get to the inside, you can stamp the sentiment on the inside. So I'm going to use my static free bag, and on the inside I am using the Hope It's a Hoot stamp, and I'm stamping it over here off to the side so that you have room down here at the bottom to sign it and write your little note. And you're going to use the pear embossing powder on this one as well. and then heat that. Okay, so now that's embossed and your card is finished. Really cute dimensional card that a couple of layers really makes a big difference in the presentation of the card. Another thing that I noticed is your circles here are the same size. It's good to change them up a little bit to give it a little bit of variety. So hope you have fun with your Technique Club this month. You could also stamp your envelope as well with one of the owls and give it a little bit of interest in the mail. And I hope you enjoy this month's kit, and I will see you again next month. Happy stamping!